Hey everybody, Josh here. This is the weekly update for Redeeming Grace Church. It is Tuesday, November 9th of 2021. And first of all, congratulations, Joseph and Krista. It was a beautiful wedding to be a part of on Sunday, and a handful of Redeeming Grace people were there. We tried to live stream it and record it. You can go to our Redeeming Grace Church YouTube channel and you can catch at least a majority of it. We do have all of it in recording. We just got to kind of put it together. So I'm going to do that for them and get it uploaded here soon. But praise God for His grace in bringing you two together, and for this being the first wedding that Redeeming Grace Church has gotten to be a part of. We're so proud of you. We're excited about you starting your new life in the context of our church, and for us to be an encouragement to you. We look forward to when you get back from your honeymoon, and just praise God for an awesome weekend. Also this weekend we had our men's retreat, our men's and boys retreat, which went great. We had 22 of us that were together. We had some great conversations. We have some great welts from paintball. We played games. It was really a sweet time together. I love these guys. I just was thinking about that throughout the retreat. It was just a very simple retreat. But man, I love every one of these guys, and I appreciate their heart for the Lord. I appreciate their encouragement of me in godliness, and I appreciate the ability to encourage them in the Lord as well. So thank you for that, and thank you for making the time to come. And you can check out some of the pictures that we've posted online. I think Canyon's putting together maybe a video or slideshow for that as well. So praise God for just a great time of fellowship and growth and prayer with and for each other. One thing that I want you to be praying about is pray for Gary and Joanne Lydell. We mentioned this in Sunday's service. We prayed for them. They are in Michigan right now as I speak, and we'll be there this week. There is a little church in Marlette, Michigan, that is having conversations with them about the potentiality of him being their senior pastor. And while we're grieved at the thought of losing Gary and Joanne, we also know that this was part of the plan from the beginning, was that they were coming here as part of the TPA with their eye towards perhaps launching out from us and pastoring another place. And so they're just exploring and trying to discern the Lord's will. This might be where they end up, it might not be. And so just pray for them as they discern the Lord's will and where He would have them serve God's people. And we look forward to kind of hearing from them. But pray for them this week, as they've got a lot of weighty things to think about and some dear saints there to get to know and try to figure out what is best for both sides. So pray for that. Pray for Gary and Joanne. Also on, I think it's November 25th is Thanksgiving. If you don't have family around or don't have a plan to gather with anybody for Thanksgiving, Steve and Leah Copa and their family are going to open up their home to whoever needs a place to go. So there'll be several people, I think, from Redeeming Grace that will go, maybe some others that they just know. And so if you are looking for a place to go for Thanksgiving, that is open to you. And I would highly encourage you to join in some community. And I know that there's others as well. Those of us that have family in town kind of have some things going on, and we would love to invite you to be a part of that as well. So if you don't have plans for Thanksgiving, let us know. Don't be shy, and we'll get you connected either at the Copers or maybe with some other gatherings that are going on. But we don't want anyone that wants to be together with someone else, wants to be together with family and friends, to miss out on that. So please let us know, and we'll be a part of that. Also, on November 22nd, it's a Monday evening, there is the Love Inc Banquet. The deadline for registration was yesterday, but if you still are interested in going to their fundraising and kind of ministry celebration banquet, I would highly encourage it. I'm going to go. I think my wife is making 3 desserts to be part of the dessert auction that raises a bunch of funds. We have 9 that I know of that are going to be at our church, which means that we have 1 full table, which is 8, plus 1 person sitting at another table. So I think if there's a few more of you that want to come, then no one will have to sit at a table by themselves. I'd love for us to fill 2 whole tables. That'd be cool, for there to be 7 more spots. So I think we can still get in, even though we're past the deadline. But if you're interested in being part of that banquet, would highly encourage that. Would love for us to have 2 tables next to each other to enjoy some fellowship, hear about the past year of ministry with Love Inc., hear where they're going in the future, and then just participate in the fundraising efforts that they have going on. So let me know as soon as possible if you'd like to be a part of it. It's really fun. Would highly encourage it. It's not an event that is really very kid friendly, not because there's anything inappropriate that happens, but it's more of a banquet And so talking with John Lightenberg, he encourages people to maybe find other arrangements for their kids. So just so you know what that event is about. Last thing, I just want to talk about our adoption. As many of you know, I haven't talked about this a lot, but Bree and I are adopting a little girl from Haiti. We started that process back in 2014, and we're just now in the final stages. In fact, they're telling us that the last week of November or the first week of December, we'll probably be flying down to Miami. They're not going to have us go into Haiti. There's a no travel advisory, so they're going to bring our daughter to Miami, and we're going to have a handoff there. So pray for that handoff, because while in some ways that's easier on us to not have to go all the way to Haiti and spend a week or two there, it is asking a whole lot more of our daughter, who is 6, just turned 6 last week. It's asking a whole lot of her. So pray for her, as she's maybe never been on an airplane before, certainly going to go with people that while she knows our faces, doesn't have much of a relationship with us. So just pray for that whole process. Pray for our family as we then do what they call cocooning, which is really trying to make her world really small, and then teaching her how to relate. First and foremost, for her to understand what a mom is. If you think of all that happens in a child's life and the nurture they get from a mom, she hasn't had that. She's had caregivers, but the category of a mom and a dad are somewhat foreign to her. So we're going to keep our world really small. Don't be offended by that. Don't be bothered by that if you don't see Bree in particular or Bianca for a while. Just know that we've got to get the order of relationships right. She's got to get the first and primary relationships established before then we add complexity. So just so you're aware of what to expect from us, and we're going to let her really decide the pace at which we open up her world. That might be slow, and it might take some time. So please be patient with us. And then also, Bree just posted on our church Facebook page on just some things about children's ministry. And I'll just give you a little context here, is that Bree has been organizing and recruiting and kind of leading our children's ministry stuff. And of all the things that she is stressed about, I don't think she'll mind me saying this. If not, I'll find out later. But of all the things that she's stressed about in terms of bringing in an adopted child and a new baby being born in January, her biggest concern really is that your kids be cared for at church. And so that's probably her single greatest stress right now, is her concern that there isn't enough people stepping up to take care of the kids' stuff. And while Leah and I think Amanda are going to take over some of the recruiting and scheduling and some of the administration of that task, Bree is still concerned, and I am too, that the kids won't be cared for as well on Sunday because of just not having enough volunteers there. So for one, that just tells you about my wife's heart, is that she really cares about your kids and really wants to make sure that they're doing well. So while she's shouldering all this and we're shouldering all this, her heart is with you and with the care of your kids on Sunday morning. My other reason for sharing that is just so that you can get a context on what one way that you could really serve us as a family. Certainly we'll need meals, we'll need prayer, we'll need encouragement. But if you, the members of Redeeming Grace Church, would just take that off of her plate and her mind, if you would be willing to serve once a month with kids and just make sure that slot is totally, that team is totally filled out and totally ready to go, that would relieve her mind, and that would give her, that would really set her heart at ease in ways that maybe you don't realize. So that's just my humble, gracious plea, is that if you want to serve us well, that would be one way that you could serve us both well, is just making sure that we can say to Bree and that, hey, we've got this. You worry about that. We'll take care of the kids at church. And so anyway, just let me give you a little bit of an encouragement on that. Let me kind of encourage my wife in that way and just give you a sneak peek into who she is as a person and what's one way that you could take something that's on her mind right now that she's concerned about and just remove that. So we just encourage you to get involved in kids ministry stuff, and that would be one huge way that you could really serve us well as we prepare for this big transition. So thanks for taking a few minutes for me to share about things that I'm excited about, cool things that have been happening in the life of our church, and also just a little personal update on us. We're doing great. We're excited about what God has in front of us, and we're really excited that you as a church are a part of this, and we feel very loved, very well cared for. And we're looking forward to all of the adventures that we have in front of us. So I love you. I'm grateful for you. I know you've got your own adventures and stresses, and ministry assignments and responsibilities yourself, and we are praying for you. I look and pray for you every day, and am grateful for you. And hopefully we'll see you at some point this week. Prayer meetings, small groups, furniture deliveries, all of those things are going on. So jump in, get involved, and I hope you have a great week. Bye.